What if I told you that while the world chases AESA radars and multi-million-dollar surface-to-air missiles, Vietnam quietly bets on a weapon system first introduced in 1962? You might think it's nostalgic, or worse, outdated. The ZSU-23-4 Shilka, for 23mm cannons, once the pride of the Cold War. A relic many would have put in a military museum along with cassette tapes and black and white TVs. Yet, the truth is far more interesting. While cheap drones cost tens of thousands of dollars and saturate the battlefield, while high-end missiles drain budgets rapidly, Vietnam did not retire the Shilka. Vietnam upgraded it. Not for parade purposes. Not for show. But to prepare for a very specific, realistic, and likely scenario of modern warfare. Vietnam didn't try to make the ZSU-23 for the most modern system. They made it the most practical system for its role. Not chasing longer ranges. Not chasing pricier missiles. But quietly improving. Backhand index pointing right how it sees the battlefield. Backhand index pointing right how it survives. Backhand index pointing right how it fires. So what exactly did Vietnam upgrade on the ZSU-23-4? And more importantly, who, or what, is it meant to shoot at? Let's explore this story. The Minh Quan Story way. To understand why Vietnam retains and upgrades the ZSU-23-4, we need to revisit its origin, not for nostalgia, but to grasp its battlefield purpose. The ZSU-23-4 Shilka was never meant to be a do-it-all weapon. It was designed for one mission, shooting down low-flying, slow-moving, and daring targets. In the 1960s, when attack helicopters and fighter bombers became a nightmare for ground forces, the USSR needed a system that could react instantly, deliver heavy firepower, move with mechanized units. Enter the Shilka. For 23mm cannons, radar-guided fire, a revolutionary solution for its time. During the Vietnam War, low-altitude air threats were taken seriously. From man-portable anti-air guns to self-propelled AA guns, Vietnam knew. Backhand index pointing right, it's the low-flying aircraft that kills infantry. But warfare has changed. No longer are there massive waves of aircraft swooping down. Today, it's recon drones hovering for hours. Kamikaze UAVs attacking in swarms. Small, cheap, hard-to-detect targets. In this context, the original ZSU-23-4 shows its limits. Old radar, easily detected. Vulnerable to electronic warfare. Poor fit for a noisy, crowded battlefield. Here's the key. Vietnam didn't ask, how do we make the Shilka as modern as Western systems? Vietnam asked, backhand index pointing right, what will actually fly into Vietnamese skies? Backhand index pointing right, how do we shoot it efficiently without bankrupting ourselves? The answer is precisely why the ZSU-23-4 was reborn for a new role. Many assume upgrading the Shilka means new radar, missiles, or a shiny repaint. Vietnam did none of that in the traditional sense. The upgrades focus on making it excel at one task, shooting low, small, cheap, and numerous targets in real combat conditions. 1. From radar to electro-optical eyes. The old RPK-2 radar is outdated, easily detected, vulnerable, and lethal to its crew in modern warfare. Vietnam minimized its role, replacing it with a multi-channel electro-optical system. Daylight cameras. Thermal imaging. Laser rangefinders. Automated tracking. Result. Silent operation, no radar emissions. Perfect for spotting drones and small UAVs. Shilka becomes a covert ambush predator rather than a loud Cold War relic. 2. Digital fire control. Old Shilka relied on crew reflexes. Fast-moving drones require faster reactions. Upgraded systems. Automatically compute firing solutions. Integrate directly with electro-optical sensors. Shorten time from detection to firing. Seconds matter in drone warfare. Vietnam ensured Shilka could track and fire automatically, precisely, and rapidly. 3. Keep the 23mm guns, add MANPADS. Why not replace guns with missiles? Because cost matters. Cheap drones, $10,000 to $50,000. Surface-to-air missiles, $100,000 plus. Firing an expensive missile at a cheap drone is losing the economic battle. The 23mm cannon. Cheap ammo. High rate of fire. Effective against small, low-flying UAVs and helicopters. But the guns don't fight alone. Upgraded ZSU-23-4 can carry man-portable air defense missiles, MANPADS, like Strela 2M. These handle targets slightly higher, faster, or more dangerous. Guns handle the cheap, numerous, close threats. Missiles handle the select, higher-value targets. Vietnam didn't aim for a flashy all-in-one system. They created a practical, layered low-altitude defense system. 4. Integrated into air defense network. Shilka no longer operates independently. Receives target data from long-range radars. Activates sensors only when necessary. Becomes the last line of low-altitude defense. It's not the star. It's the gatekeeper. Upgrading the ZSU-23-4 isn't about technology. It's about warfare logic. Vietnam didn't ask, what's the most modern system? They asked, what threats are real? And the threats are cheap, small UAVs, not stealth jets. Lesson: the most modern weapon isn't always the most effective. Expensive systems waste money if the enemy uses low-cost drones. ZSU-23-4 fits perfectly. Last line of defense. Practical, economical, survivable. Vietnam doesn't modernize for show. They modernize to survive the first hours and days of conflict. Look at recent conflicts: Ukraine, Middle East, Nagorno-Karabakh. The pattern repeats, low-altitude threats dominate. Expensive air defense struggles against cheap, numerous, low-flying drones. ZSU-23-4 shows its value. No need for long-range engagement. No constant radar emissions. Simply survive, fire, repeat. 23mm cannons for massed fire. MANPADS for high-value targets. Electro-optical sensors for stealth and survival. The message? Vietnam prepares not for a glamorous war, but for a long, messy, attritional conflict. ZSU-23-4 isn't kept for nostalgia, it's kept because modern warfare can be cheap, low, and relentless. Vietnam's upgrade doesn't dominate the skies. It ensures enemies cannot fly safely at low altitude. Some weapons aren't built for glory. They're built to make the enemy pay for every meter of sky. ZSU-23-4 upgraded by Vietnam fits that philosophy perfectly. If you found this perspective insightful, like, share, and subscribe to Minh Quan Story International for more unconventional military analyses. Backhand index pointing right. What do you think, upgrading old weapons or buying all new systems? Which is smarter for Vietnam? Comment below.
Minh Quan Story International. Not just reporting the news, rethinking it.